Junk piles are everywhere. Finding a decent bike in a junk pile can be quite difficult. So I've asked you guys, the subscribers, to show me your bikes you've saved from the junk pile. In the meantime, I've visited the top 3 junk piles I know of in Norwich, 2 of which being actual junk piles. The tip, you've got the Norwich North one and basically the Norwich South one, both of which didn't really have anything that was of good use. And the third being bicycle links in Norwich, which usually have a vast array of bikes. But nothing really tickled my fancy this time. Not that I'm looking for another bike. Well, who am I kidding? We're always looking for extra bikes. If you're looking for a junk pile bike, take a good look at these places. Sometimes you'll get something half decent. To be fair, majority of my bikes I've picked up this way. So I've asked some of you guys, the subscribers, to send in your junk pile bikes and how you found them and what you've done with them. Let's take a look.
Alright Kenton, how's it going? It's Jeff here from Downhill Smooth Tarmac, and you want to talk junk bikes? Let's talk junk bikes. My ultimate is right behind me. It's Pinky, my Peugeot. Started out as a Peugeot road bike. Check this out. Okay, so this is Pinky. It's a Peugeot Esprit that I converted into a flat bar gravel bike. This is build number 2. Build number 1 was a single speed. Now it's running 2x10 with a bit of Dior, a bit of XT and some Shimano RS wheels. Managed to squeeze 38C tyres in this with some off-road flavour. But it started out as an old road bike that a buddy of mine who's a gardener found in a shed. Customer didn't want it, it was going in the skip, so he brought it my way and it sat on my decking for the best part of a year while I worked out how to do something cool with it. I saw the paint job and thought, actually, this has got off-road retro written all over it. It's just not off-road yet. So that's what I did with it. This has been a stalwart of my channel, considering it would have gone in the skip. It's actually a bike I've ridden quite a lot. So for those of you thinking of digging through the junk pile, it's not just for a cool build on YouTube. You can make something you can actually use.
You ridery? You want to see my Raleigh 20? Here she is. This is the hedge bike. The idea behind it was just to have a bike in the garden, ready to go shopping, just ready to go, not at a minute's notice, not at a second's notice, just jump on it and jump to the shops. I think I put it together from just bits of junk I had lying about, whether it be Raleigh 20, RSW, Vindec Vogue, in about 2017, and this morning it failed. The internal gear hub, the Sturmey Archer 3-speed, refused to go into first. I'll show you that in a minute, but first, just have a little look at her. Nice big basket on the front. The thing with this, look, you can go to Aldi and take the basket out and go do your shopping, and chuck it back in and ride home. Cool, eh? It's got lights for winter time, and as you can see, a dyno hub, and they're hardwired. They are always on, janky as you like, but super reliable. 3-speed. That's a pretty old 3-speed shifter. I think that's like a 1950s one. The bell broke. Never mind. We'll gloss over that. The headset, anyone knows about Raleigh 20s knows they got a shite nylon headset, so I've cut the tube down to fit a bearing headset, which is loads nicer. It's shite, it even says it's shite. Gotta have a plastic saddle out here, obviously. That's a Vindec chain guard, molten deluxe pedals, Phillips Credulux. Yeah, bodge up that gear cable. Nice skanky chain. Oh, that'd make a roadie cry, wouldn't it? All that skank. Big box to put your shite in. Shite.
Okay, welcome to my Raleigh Activator 2, I think it is. So this is one that I saved from the scrapyard because the lady was selling it cheap, run out of storage, and I managed to swoop in, picked it up from Futenna, and it's in great condition. Some of the stickers were a little bit rubbish, so I peeled them off, but it came with decent specialised tyres, but I've made a few changes. So some of them are the ODI grips, cobble fibre handlebars, some nice chrome purple stem thing, Schwalbe Kojaks, which are a must in my opinion for old 26-inch mountain bikes, charge spoon, of course, second life bikes, standard, knee brake race team sticker, Porsche sticker because that makes things go faster obviously, and then because it's my dad bike I've got the seat bracket there. Yeah, pretty decent. It weighs a ton, but does the job that I need it to, and it's not in the skip.
So this is my mid-90s Hardrock I rescued from a garden in Upminster. It was covered in duct tape. I noticed what it was by a logo on the frame, and I ran to Upminster and got it. It was £10 on Facebook. The guy said, come and get it, it's going to the tip. So I got it. The wheels were roached, so I've replaced them with these 04 LX hubs laced to Maverick rims, these really nice Bontrager fat tyres, eBay special mud guards, and this late 80s Sake stem to improve the reach and drop, as it was very low down, with a original Gervin flex stem, as well as these bar end shifters and matching levers which were fitted when the bike was new. I imagine they're period correct. And other than the red pannier bags and some consumables like these Ritchie pads, it's all original. X-Age group set, original SRAM shifters with the molded specialised grips, and the original saddle. Yeah, she's my daily.
Hello mate, welcome to my shed. Trash bikes. I've got a few trash bikes. Something a bit more high end. This stump jumper, I picked this up dirt cheap and actually don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but had some really cool stuff on it. Full XT funnies, look at them. And also came with this Pace RC25-4, which needs a good service. Who knows if it's gonna survive, I don't know. However, something a little bit less desirable, and I'll probably make it even less desirable than it already is, somehow, is this thing. This is a Raleigh Maverick from 1986, and this is the Billy Basic model. And what I'm going to do with it, I'm going to put drop bars on it. Why not? So purists look away now. That is the Raleigh Maverick with drop bars on. I think I'm going to try and flare them as well. And brown bar tape, tan wall tyres, definitely. And I'm going to single speed it as well. This is just sort of a rolling chassis at the minute, just to see what it's going to look like. Don't like that saddle on it, don't like that one. I think we'll go with that one instead, B17. That would be perfect. So what I'm going to do basically is add more brown to it, and get it looking a bit like a polished turd, and I'm cool with that. I think it's gonna be cool. It's gonna probably be a pig to ride.
Hello there fellow fans of rally rides. I just want to say a massive thank you for this amazing opportunity to be in one of the videos and to show off my beautiful 1994 Orange P7, which I brought from the amazing Frankie Says, a very good and long time friend. The name of this bike, as I name all my bikes, his name is Ghost, given the fact its silver paint job is much like a ghost in the slither of the night. Of course, you must have the lights on it as well to be seen and be safe, of course. For the drivetrain, we have a single-speed FSA Comet with a Advent Microshift 8-speed, again from Frank. Cannot thank the man enough. Of course, massive thank you to Raleigh Rides for allowing me to be in this video. And yeah, I hope you enjoy my bike, I suppose. Peace.
Hey everyone, Life of an Englishman here. This is my vintage Raleigh Maverick, which I rescued from a local recycling centre 2, maybe 3 years ago now. Not long before they actually closed that particular one down. And it was in quite a sorry state when I dragged it home. Full of dirt and moss and grass all wrapped up in all the wheel spokes, and yeah. I put a bit of elbow grease into it, got it all cleaned up as you can see. Most of it is original. I haven't replaced many parts on this at all. I'm trying my best not to. However, what I have changed are the tyres twice, because I actually preferred this pair, so I put this pair on fairly recently, and then discovered when I got this out of the shed to do this video for Kenton at Raleigh Rides, I discovered we got a flat tyre again. And I do believe I changed the gear cable for the rear gears on this. But so far that's it. I am going to have to change the pedals though. They are not good and they are not going to last. That one's really bad. Although it's going to call me a liar now, isn't it? Because that sounds absolutely fine, but it was really crunchy a moment ago. All the mud guards are original. The lights aren't. I added the lights because I like my old school lights. Old school bike, old school lights. The mud guards came with it, the baggage rack came with it, reflector came with it. I forgot to mention I did change the brake blocks on it. Brand spanking new ones on. And I guess I'll talk to you all later. Bye.
Hi, I'm Harry and this is my Raleigh 20 or Raleigh 2020s as people call it. I had a frame or two kicking around, so I thought I'd just put them together and make a decent bike out of it. I wanted a bit more, a bit easier to climb the hill, so I've put a derailleur onto the 3-speed hub, so it's now a 3x2 drive. I've had to weld a few bits underneath just to allow the cable for the rear derailleur, as I couldn't fit it through the tubing on the bike. That's run off a friction shifter I had laying around just in a parts bin. Yeah, it's a really sweet ride. Rides really well, tackles the hills I wanted to. Had to modify this bracket here just to allow this pannier rack on the back to take my panniers, as the original racks on these 20 are pretty low and they scrape the ground. But yeah, anyway, it's a sweet ride. Turns a lot of heads. Absolutely love it. Anyway, bye!
Hello everyone, I am Beardy Bikes and this is my Saras Fast Tracks. I recently picked up the bike in standard form locally off Facebook Marketplace for £30, and other than a few marks on the top tube, the bike is pretty mint. I was very lucky, didn't actually need a headset or bottom bracket. Seat tube moved. Have obviously changed the bottom bracket because, as you see, it is full 9x3 XT, upgraded to V-brakes front and back, and it even has the mad combination lever shifters, which takes some getting used to, but we'll get there. I've gone kink clear BMX grips. I personally always use BMX grips because I just like that they're a bit softer. BLB riser bars, they're like 100mm rise. They are big, but they're not very swept, so I probably will change them, to be fair. Saracen stem will be changing very soon because Kenton himself has a nice yellow one, so a little bit of extra sexy there for me. I have gone for VF bear trap pedals, just old school cool, aren't they? And a Brook saddle, and unfortunately that needs a bit of love. I will get round to it. I'm that lazy one who'll get round to it, unfortunately. And then my probably cheapest in the world £15 Specialized pizza rack. Don't ask me how. That was a Facebook find on the other side of London that I immediately jumped in the car and went and got. Billy Bonkers tyres, I must admit, purely because the colour almost matches the Brooks. Other than that, new cables, and I need to get some miles on it really. I've only finished it this week. Thank you for watching. See you all soon.
What a bunch of oddballs these bikes are. Thanks ever so much for sending your entries in, guys. And I'm still receiving some as we speak. So maybe this can be another segment for later on. Thanks ever so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. As always, bye!
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 Peace. A world of shite bikes. Ha 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 ha!